happened? They buried him as a Christian, and after 3 days they said the Muslims stole in his body, because it was not there, and they said the Muslims stole it. Anyhow, now I felt the responsibility as an Egyptian. I felt the responsibility. I feel that the most of the people or the Muslim world are expecting from us to do more and more, but sometimes we are weak, and sometimes I quote a verse from the Holy Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to his prophet, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. You will not guide whom you like, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave guidance to whom he likes. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to excuse myself, no, but it is our responsibility, and thanks to our brother who evoked us and provoked us in our minds to do more and more. Now let us start the questions.
Why you don't start some kind of course for us to teach us to say doctrine, and you go for a year. Under the tree outside, you start the course and we join you. This is the question.
I will repeat it for you. We have started a course in the international, a course for Muslims from all over the world, and the question was, well, look, lecturing is good, you know, we like it and we appreciate it, but what about starting a course of training people to do the job? That is, I think, more or less the question. So I'm replying to that now, that we had already started with such an idea. We knew that this must be done, and we had a course starting from the 1st of March to the 30th of April. We have students from about 18 different Muslim countries, 18 different countries, and we put them through those spaces that they can go back and do a job. There's another course starting from the 1st of September in South Africa, for 2 months. 1st of September to the 30th of October. Any young man who feels like doing dawah work, propagation, we give them a free air ticket from wherever you are to our country. Visa is no problem. You see, we have the government, we know how to manipulate them. As bad as they are, we can get around them. Here, I see it's getting. First, we want charity begins at home. We are there at home, and we are also, in other words, we are also learning. See, had these people, we have teething troubles, all that, instead of coming here, and then we find that, making a mess of it, we rather do things at home. So we had the people there, 2 months, free boarding, free lodging, free air ticket. We're starting another one. And I have in mind, you see, I went to Cambridge University, and that gave me some ideas. I saw the youth there. At the Cambridge University, the Muslim youth, they are on fire. They want to do propagation. They want to give battle to the Christians. I said, right. Then for people like that, we're going to have a 10-day course, only 10 days. In 10 days' time, we'll give you a sledgehammer, how to crack the Jalut skull. Inshallah, we start with Cambridge, we start with Oxford, and inshallah, around here as well. But for the moment, we are having this 2 months course in South Africa. Yeah, right. Inshallah, you make the application, you come and then you come back and teach. Yes, make the application, we will go through it. We want soldiers now. You see, people who had their days, retired gentlemen, this and now as an ornament you want to have this information, useless. We want the type of young man who can go and knock at people's doors. Because the Christians who are knocking at your doors are not DDs. They are not doctors of disease. They are not reverends. They are not bishops. They are ordinary people. See, they are worked up. We want ordinary young men who have the guts to go and knock at people's doors. That type of young men we want now. The first batch we had was all those degreed people. Now the degreed people, now we discuss, the mentality is different. They feel ashamed. They feel ashamed to go along and knock at people's doors. So now we are going for the younger generation, who we can set them on fire. Go, we give you a sledgehammer, go and crack the Jalut skull, Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Your mission to provoke the awareness that the Christian missionaries are working in Muslim countries and are converted to Muslim Christians. The question is,
step is already being taken. As I said, we are conducting a course. We have conducted one already. We are conducting another one. At the present moment, from tomorrow, there is another 10-day course taking place for the local students, young men, 10-day, 10-day, 10-day. We turn them out, we churn them out with a sledgehammer, arm them, go along and do the job. So we are working in that field, but the world is so vast and we need more manpower. We need people to come along, learn and come and teach. Because one man or half a dozen men, there's a limit to what we can do. Compared to the Christians, they have millions. Hundreds of thousands. At the present moment, there are 70,000 crusaders occupied in the world today, out of whom 60% are Americans. See? They are boasting that they have perverted more Pakistanis into Christianity since independence than in the previous 150 years of British rule. They are boasting they have perverted more Bangladeshis into Christianity since independence than in the previous 150 years of British rule. They have converted more than 15 million Indonesians into Christianity. And by the turn of the century, they want to make Indonesia a Christian nation. We know what's going on. But the Muslim, he is lax, relaxed. We are 1,000 million. In Pakistan, we are 100 million. I said, look, what is this number? 72 Christian units are working around Peshawar among the Mujahideen and the Muhajirin. 72 as against 6 Muslim units. They have perverted so many Mujahideen into Christianity. The Christians are boasting. It will be another subject once I come. I'll show you what is going on in the world. But for the moment, we need the younger generation to volunteer. Come, man, come. We give you free air ticket, which you never had in your life before, a thing like that. Free air ticket, free boarding, lodging, free tuition, free videotapes, all our tapes when you go back with all our videotapes, all free. Go and do something. We want to arm our people.
Modern technology is so relevant today. Why can't we harness up the sky like how these various people in America does it? Money, Yahi. Look, our people can't buy this for £5. And you want me to work with satellites?
في سؤال سيدات في سؤال
إن شاء الله.
One wait a minute. A lady, I think, some lady sent a question. A question says, a number of Muslims objected to receive money for teaching the Quran. What does Islam say about that?
I will answer this. Let me read it again to absorb what our sister is really seeking. A number of Muslims object to receive money for teaching Quran. Oh, what does Islam say about it? What she is talking about is there are people that who are prepared to teach free of charge without taking any returns. I think if that is what it means, well, it's a person's business. You want to teach free, you can't force the person to accept money the person can afford. But if you say there are people, Muslims, who are saying that we can't give the Quran to non-Muslims, that's a different thing. There are Muslims who are objecting to us giving the Quran to non-Muslims. What do we do? Now that's a problem, because there are Muslims, see, who will discourage you. They won't do it themselves. And when you are giving to somebody, they object, they say you're going to go to hell for giving the Quran, because they quote the Quranic ayah, La yamassuhu illa al-mutahharun. So none shall touch it except those that are pure. And we know that they are not pure. Their personal hygiene, compared to ours, they are far off. What to do? What are we to do? I said, look, the example for that is those 5 letters our Nabi Kareem sent out. Every letter began with the first verse of the Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Right in the middle of that letter, another verse of the Quran. So, if it was haram to give to a non-Muslim, our Nabi did it. So, if Allah Bari Ta'ala is going to choke me up for what I'm doing, He'll have to choke up His Nabi as well. So, I'm in good company. I have nothing to worry about. And nor have you anything to worry about. Look, this is the example of our Nabi. He could ill afford what he gave, but he gave 2 ayahs. I said, if he had the Quran, he would have given the whole Quran to the whole world, if he could have afforded it.
There is a question, it is not relevant to the lecture, but anyhow I will read it. Are organ transplants allowed in Islam?
This is for our sheikhs to answer. Inshallah, one day when you have time, come and catch the sheikh, he will give you the appropriate answer.
Right. I was arguing with a Christian today about Islam, Christianity.